3. This is going to be channeled messages. I have been so busy, you guys. Super sorry. So I decided to do something very interesting. Well, I don't know if it's interesting. It's just going to keep things more efficient for me. So you know those big old closets that IKEA has where they have to where you have to put it together and it's like a whole unit thing. So I have people I purchased that a few weeks ago and finally they can come out and deliver it and put it together at the same time. So IKEA, it's like you go into IKEA, you buy something and then they'll set up the delivery and stuff for an extra fee. So I don't think it's the people that work at IKEA that's coming to do this. I think it's they outsource. So anyway, so I had to clear out all of my closets. You guys know I have clothes. You guys know I have shoes. You guys know I have accessories. So I had to clear out my closets so that I could have them come in and install the closet system. So they're coming tomorrow. So I've been working like a dog trying to get all of my clothes and all of my shoes temporarily out of here so that the closet can be installed. So I'm going to get one done in my oldest son's closet so that his stuff can be organized, and then in my closet so my stuff can be organized. But I did not realize how much clothes I had until I started moving it out. Yeah, that's a lot of clothes. Okay, so these are the channeled messages. So collective. I'm Jamie Zebra 23. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Okay, so now here to the channeled messages. That's why I didn't post the weeklies, because I've just been too busy moving clothes out of the closets. Oh my God. Also, I just signed a new 1-year lease where I'm living. I know you guys think I'm crazy with all the weird stuff going on, but I did sign a new 1-year lease where I live. Okay. Rachel, that is so smart. Rachel goes, I did all my clothes arrangements today too. Rachel, that is so smart. Hey, Sandra. Okay, first channeled message. I feel like every time you go outside, there's somebody that's watching you from their living room window. And then they run outside and they stand at their door and watch you. I feel like they've been doing this for over a year. You are their obsession. Now, collective. I don't think people being obsessed is cute. I don't think people being envious is cute. I don't like any of that. That is demonic. I know there are some people that think, oh, envious is a healthy, normal feeling. Jealousy is a healthy, normal thing. I think it's demonic. I think it's the devil. I think it's absolutely demonic. So I don't care what anybody says, that's demonic. So I don't even like speaking on these subjects, but they always pop up because it's demonic. But some of you have multiple people that literally wish that you were not alive because they feel like you shine so bright. You literally have people that hate you just because you're breathing, just your existence. Yeah, so some of you this is but I feel like you guys are very much protected by God and the angels and all that. Yeah. Thankfully, because you literally have people that are so obsessed with you that they fantasize about taking your life. It's that crazy. Now, other channeled message. Some of you are moving into a new house. Other channeled message. Some of you are buying an RV. Other channeled message. Some of you are getting a rental car. You're going to get approved for a rental car. Some of you, your car broke down. Your car's not working. So you're going to need to have a rental car. And you guys were worried that your credit wasn't good enough or you wouldn't be approved or you wouldn't be able to afford it. You can afford it and you will afford it. No. For some of you that are in bad relationships, I do see you being accepted into a shelter. Maybe there was a waiting list or something, but I do see that you guys will be accepted into a shelter. Now, I also see that for some of you that you will, that some of you are going to find a new church to go to. Let's say you guys were attending a church in somebody's house. You may decide to go to an actual building, like you're like a traditional church. So you guys might decide that that's the best thing for you, is just to like go to a traditional church. I'm also seeing collective that for some of you that that you could be going to Florida or to California for the weekend. Or if you already live in California, you might be going to like a special place. Or if you live in Florida, you might be like going to like a special location, like a beach or a monument, like sightseeing somehow. So I do see travel to California or to Florida. Now, what I'm also seeing is that you guys are going to get obsessed with gardening. You guys are planting, you guys are obsessed with gardening. It could be because of like what's about to go on, or it just could be maybe you just have a green thumb and you just want to garden. Either way, you're going to be gardening. For some of you, it won't be food. It'll just be like flowers. Planting trees, planting flowers, things like that. But whatever it is, it's gonna flourish. Whatever you're planting, whatever you're growing is going to be flourishing. Now, for those of you that have no jobs, I did see you guys like how you guys would be like sending out your resume and not getting anything back, not getting hired. But you keep putting out your resume thinking like nobody's going to call me anyway, but I'm going to put out you're getting a good job. So if you guys put out your resume to like a really, really good job and like you're like, even the job's worse than this didn't take me. So of course this like super good job is not going to take me. You guys are getting approved for that job. Like you guys are going to get that job. Now, for those of you that had romance issues, whether you're a man or a woman, where maybe you were like dealing with someone and they were kind of ignoring you, or you didn't know where you stood with this person is now going to be reaching out to you to like start over. You know, not everybody talks about their personal problems freely. There are some people who would rather, you know, just disappear, go silent, go ghost, handle their problems, and then return. So if somebody did like kind of like just get quiet or dip out, it doesn't always mean cheating. It doesn't always mean something sinister. It doesn't always mean that. Most of the time it does, but it doesn't always mean that. Some people just, you know, they can't function right if they've had like, you know, if they're grieving or if they've lost their job or they're stressed about something. Some people go inward. You know, they don't just blab it to everybody. So I just feel like there's somebody who's handling something in silence. And then once it's resolved, they're going to let you know what they were handling on their own. Some of you might be like, well, you could have told me and I could have helped you. Not everybody wants help. You know, there are some people who are just plain independent, hyper independent. Now, I also see that somebody's husband or wife is embarrassed because they know that their husband or wife has slept with everybody and their mama. So somebody feels embarrassed because they like have to go in front of people and everybody knows that their husband or wife slept with like half the town, half the community, and they're like super embarrassed. Also, somebody's husband or wife continues to sleep with the same people that they were sleeping with. And then they try to gaslight their partner and say, I'm not doing that. I haven't slept with that person in whenever. Like I haven't done. No, they're still sleeping together. They're still doing that. So someone is just embarrassed and they just feel mortified and they feel stupid, knowing that everybody's got to have SCX with their husband or wife and that everybody knows about it. Like, you know, it still wouldn't be good if it was a private thing, but like everybody knows about it. Like everybody knows. Yeah. I will say that would be embarrassing. I would not. Yeah. I wouldn't be with anybody that was making me look stupid. I know a lot of you out there are forgiving, but like, oh no, there's limits. There are limits. Hey, Natalia, how are you? Hey, Wendy. Hey, Sandra. Okay, so now the other channeled message that I got a few hours ago was that some of you are going to get your vehicles painted. I don't know if this is through like an insurance claim or if this is just because you want to, but you're getting your cars painted. I also see that for some of you, you're going to be going to a spa day. For those of you that do not have any children right now, you will be finding out you're pregnant and you'll be so happy about this. This could be somebody who maybe they were told at a young age that they would never have children and now they are. This could be somebody who's been just doing fertility drugs and nothing seemed to work. And now, boom, congratulations, you're pregnant. What I always tell people, if you are pregnant, keep that private for as long as you possibly can, because not everybody's happy for anybody. You know, people are vile. What I'm also getting is that somebody's, something has triggered somebody's spiritual awakening and they don't know how to take it. So somebody who does not know about a spiritual awakening, they do not know what it is. Something has triggered this in them, some enlightenment, and now they can't associate with the same people. They don't even want to hear their voices. They feel nauseous when they're around these people. So God is clearing out all negativity and changing somebody's heart. They're going through an ego death where they're being faced with all of their wrongdoings so that they'll stop doing it. So somebody thinks that they're under spiritual attack or they're being punished. They are not. They're just simply going through a spiritual awakening where all their wrongs, it needs to be shoved down their throat so that they don't do it anymore. So just, instead of fighting it, go with it. Just go with the flow. It'll be easier if you just see it, accept it, and then choose to change. Many times people who do go through spiritual awakening, it's because they do have a lot of bad karma and God wants to give them another chance. So you have a chance to go through a spiritual awakening and then get to the next level of enlightenment. But of course, everybody has free will. So you can either go with it, like I said, see it, accept it, acknowledge, then change. Or you can just say, nope, not me. I'm perfect. I could never do anything wrong ever. I'm perfect, perfect, perfect. You could do that. And then the spiritual awakening will just turn to bad karma and you'll just face all bad karma. So it's your choice. It's kind of like a plea deal. Let's say it's like the court of law. We could give you life in prison spiritually, or you could just do this community service and this probation for a few years, and then we'll let you go. It's your choice. So I would choose the plea deal. I would choose the probation and the community service spiritually, unless you want for the rest of your life to be bad karma. I would just say, I promise I'll be good. Yeah. So now what else I got for you guys is a clean bill of health. So maybe some of you are ongoing testing, like there's some testing ongoing, and maybe like something was found and they're trying to see if it's, if it's dangerous or you need surgery. For some of you, it looks like it's going to just work itself out without any drastic measures being taken. So like I tell people, if you are facing something like this, don't accept it. Like, don't accept. What I mean by that is kind of like when you Google something. Like, let's say you cut your finger and you Google it and they're like, oh my gosh, that means that you have to do this. That means you're doing that. That means this, that, and the third. When you go to the doctor, they're like, oh, just put a Band-Aid on it. And then you worried yourself for no reason. So for what some of you need to do is just go to a professional so they can rule some things out. But as they're ruling things out, don't start with the crazy stuff. Like, just don't be like, oh my God, what if it's this? What if I only have a week? What if, don't do that, because then you're then you're accepting it. You're inviting it to attach to your body. Don't do that. And I know some of you are like, Jamie, it can't be that simple. I'm telling you, it really is. It's everything is energy and everything is spiritual. It really is. Many people say, Jamie, how do you let go of stuff so quick? Like, for example, all the drama that was going on at my door every day, I would have people emailing me. They're like, Jamie, you just mention it and then you just move on to the next subject like nothing's happened. Because I was built this way. I was built this way. You guys know I grew up rough. You guys know I grew up hard. I've seen it all. I've seen it. I've been there, done that. I've seen it all. Seen it all. So what I could do is I could have turned into a bad person. I could have turned to drugs and alcohol. I could have been a liar, a cheater. I could have been all sorts of bad things. But instead, I chose to look on the bright side. I chose to have faith. I chose to rely upon spirit, and also having some psychic abilities and a lot of other abilities helps as well. So I won't pretend that doesn't help a lot too. If you can see what's coming around the corner, that's kind of helpful. So that also helps me too. Also, I know how to defend myself spiritually and physically and legally. I have some expertise in a lot of areas, considering, my third husband was a police officer. So I do know the law pretty well. Yeah. I've dated attorneys. I know some things. I know a thing or two. I have friends in high and low places. So, so trust and believe. I'm not suffering. I'm good. I'm good. So for some of you, you might need to learn how to do that. You might need to learn how to kind of roll with the punches as these things occur, handle it. And then once it's handled, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Everything is energy. So if you're in a bad mood, if you're upset, if you're this or that, you attract more of that. If you stay positive and high vibrational, you attract only good things. That's just what happens. So it's literally 100% up to you how things go. And again, I know you guys are like, Jamie, it can't be that simple. It just can't. Everything's energy. It truly, truly is. Everything is energy. All right, guys, JamieZebra23.com. Ta-ta for now. Love you long time.